Okay, let's go.
Rogue defender drone detected. Vital signs.
What are these noobs using? Strikers. Bulwark.
Serious trauma. Agent vital signs 0.
What's up, agents? Patrick Wolf here. Welcome to another Division 2 build video. Today's build video is going to be the counter Bulwark build. So, Foundry Bulwark is a very strong set in the Dark Zone. A lot of players are struggling to cope with it. On console, if you cannot hit the players, they run around in circles, chicken dance, and they just regen their armor very fast. Some players having over 110,000 armor regen. So this build is going to make it very, very easy for you to deal with those players. You will take off your glove and just whoop them with it. You will backhand these boys easy. It's not going to be a problem. This is going to be the perfect counter to the Bulwark gear set in PvP. So let's have a look at this. First, Specialization. Now, it's important to note that we're going to be focusing on using the Riot Foam Chem Launcher to stick them, because if you try and burst down a Bulwark player who has maxed out armor regen with a healer hive and he knows what he's doing, it's going to be almost impossible for you to kill him without some sort of burst DPS or way of making him stand still, which is what we're going to be doing. The Technician, the only reason why I'm using this is because the Bulwark player will probably use Gunner, because that'll give him well, extra ammo as well, but it'll give him armor on kill, and the med kit gives him 150% armor. So it's very important that we remember that and we focus our build on giving damage to armor to ourselves, so we can deal more damage and get rid of all that excess armor that these players are getting. So the Technician is going to allow us to have one free skill tier, which is really, really good. Also, we will be aiming our Chem Launcher quite often, and this will give us 15% bonus armor as well, but the main idea is around that. Now, you don't have to use this Specialization, but I recommend it because some players are running hazard protection. I think most builds have 20% flat anyway because of the watch, so make sure you utilize this to give your Chem Launcher a bit more to stick them for longer, because we want to do it. The Riot Foam Chem Launcher is strong, but if a player specs into Hasbro, you should be good between about 60 to 70% for a whole second, a second and a half of sticking them. So that is more than enough time, because we have got two of the highest damage dealing talents in the game on this build. So make sure you've got a shotgun and SMG, because this will be close quarters combat. I recommend you rush these players. It's the best way to counter it. So you can use whatever you want, but I recommend using Technician because of the extra skill tier. So let's look at this build as a whole, and let me try to explain to you how to do this. So the whole problem with Bulwark players is they run around. So our Riot Foam will have one extra skill tier, and Golden Gear give us more status effects, which means we'll be able to stick them for longer. That's that out of the way. How are we going to burst them down as quick as possible? Some of the Bulwark players have 2.1 million armor with 110k armor regen. So also with the Gunner Specialization, what if they just procced an armor kit? These two talents right here, Gunslinger and Versatile, and the fact that we've stacked damage to armor on 3 different pieces, which will mean that we will do, well, to be honest, it's damage to armor on the gloves, and then the 2-piece of Walker and Harris gives us more damage to armor, will give us enough damage to burst through that player's huge armor, even his armor kit, in about a second. It's ridiculous. The damage we get is unparalleled with this talent combination. A lot of people thought Versatile got nerfed. It hasn't been nerfed that much. It's still very, very good. So let's go over the guns, and then I've explained to you guys. You're going to run up to the Bulwark player, you're going to stick him with the Riot Foam, and you will burst him down in a second. It's a fun way to play. It's really, really strong. You get about 3 shots as well, so you get lots of chances. It's a good way of getting rid of those pesky Bulwark players. So we're going to be using the Lady Death. The reason being is because this actually has damage to armor, and it's one of the best guns in the game for PvP right now. A lot of players are using it. I recommend you guys use it as well. Max out the damage to armor, go and reroll it, try to get it as high as possible. 75% amplified damage when you're running, very, very strong. Make sure to use it. You can use another SMG like the SPR 9mm or the UMP or the apartment. Go for anything, but this is just going to be really good because of the damage to armor, and it's just the 75% amplified damage is just too good right now. So we're going to be using a shotgun as well. So when we swap from our shotgun to our SMG, we will be able to one tap these Bulwark players. But the whole point of the shotgun is to do the finishing blow without having to reload. Just swap quickly back to your shotgun and the damage you will do. So how I normally play with this combination of weapons is I will chem the player. Well, actually no, I'll swap to my SMG from the shotgun to the SMG. Chem the player, burst him down. If it doesn't finish him, or if I miss my shots, I swap to my shotgun, and it will be a one tap. There's no ways it's not a one tap. The shotgun does a lot, especially I have a god roll one, which is nice. So the talent doesn't really matter. It's just to finish the player off. Also, sidearms, use whatever you guys want. It doesn't matter at all. Circle of Concern Mask is the first piece we're going to be using in this build. We're going to try to get our crit damage and crit chance as high as possible. We've got 10% SMG from the one piece, which is very, very nice. Then chest piece, we've got Healer Guard. I want to get as much armor as I possibly can. I don't recommend fighting a Bulwark player with less than 1 mil armor unless you're sniping, because you will probably lose the fight. So I've got Hazard Protection. To be honest, status effect would be perfect, and crit chance, but you know, I can't be too choosy. I actually can reroll this piece, so I might end up putting some crit chance. I'm trying to decide, but you know, the damage is so high that I don't even think I need it. But I wanted to just put my crit chance as high as possible for you guys to show you, because you want to be able to crit, because you don't want to have to fire too many rounds and not actually crit on the player. So this is the talent where it gets interesting. So Gunslinger, weapon swapping increases total weapon damage by 20% for 5 seconds. So when we swap from our shotgun to our SMG, we are going to be getting 55% weapon damage, because Versatile gives us 35% to enemies within 50 meters for shotguns and SMGs. Very, very strong. So make sure you utilize this. This talent combination will give you unparalleled, unrivaled damage. It's ridiculous how fast you can burst people down with this combination. Then with the holster, this is very important as well. Use Walker and Harris. I'm going to reroll this to crit chance, weapon damage, and damage to armor, because that's what the problem is with Foundry Bulwark. They're getting their armor back all the time. This will give you more damage to their armor. So make sure you use the 2-piece Walker and Harris. Backpack as well with Versatile. I've got crit chance on the mod. I don't have the perfect pieces. Ideally, crit damage would be nice as well there on the backpack. Then Contractor's Gloves. These are very important. We have got damage to armor, an extra 8%. Very, very nice. So this helps us burst. Let me tell you guys something now. Even 1% makes a big difference. Damage to armor is very, very strong against these players. So make sure you use this. It has got LMG damage. Doesn't matter. We're getting that 8% damage to armor. It is the best in slot there. Knee pads, you could probably go for Fox's Prayer if you wanted to get more damage, but this gives us 10% status effect. Why is this so important? Because this will help our chem launcher last longer. The status effect of the Riot Foam chem is so good. Let's go over that right now. So the PvP in snare duration is 4 seconds, and we get 3 shots. It's ridiculous. Now, if a player has between 60 to 70% Hasbro, or maybe even 80, it'll be about a second. So you can still burst them down in that amount of time. It doesn't matter. With the Gunslinger and the Versatile combination, they ain't got a chance, trust me. So when we mod this, make sure you mod it correctly in snare duration, makes it higher. And then ammo, +1 ammo. So make sure you guys do that. You can use whatever you want. I use a pulse, a jammer pulse to jam their skills, their healer hives. You can use whatever you want. Even the turrets are pretty strong right now, but it doesn't matter. As long as you got that Riot Foam, you're gonna have a great time. So let's go over the stats quickly with this counter Bulwark build. So we've got 55% crit chance, which I will obtain 60 now when I reroll my holster. It doesn't really matter. Crit chance 62%. We're gonna go over everything now slowly. Defensively, this doesn't really matter. We have got almost 30% Hasbro, which is quite nice. Then if we go down to the skill haste, doesn't matter. We're going to be getting our chems pretty fast anyway. We're not going to use chems over and over again. It's not a skill build, so that doesn't really matter. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Give this a shot. Give it a try. I think this is the best way to counter these players. It's nowhere near min-maxed, obviously. You could see, I think you guys can see where this is going. Now, make sure to adapt this build to your own playstyle. You don't have to use the same guns, you don't have to use the same talents if you don't want to use them, but I recommend it, and I hope you guys trust my opinion. I've been doing a lot of testing, and I've not failed against one Bulwark player with this yet. It's really good. So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Leave a like, subscribe, and make sure to consider becoming a member of my channel, get private Discord. go to my main page and click the join button. With that being said, leave a like. Make sure to follow me on Twitch as well. Link will be in the description as well. All the links will be in the description, and I'll be seeing everybody in the next video. Peace out, agents.